Just a little bit short. Warner easing it through the offside. I don't think he quite got it in the middle of the bat. He's going to pick up at least 3. A little bit of a dive. Good athletic fielding from Pakistan. And they'll save a run. Yeah, but just on that, years ago, you really had to be side on to bowl out swingers and front on for in swingers. But guys like Malcolm Marshall and Wazim Akram have demystified that myth. But also the coaching was you always had to be top half side on. But the problem is we got a lot of stress fractures in young fast bowlers because they were front on with their hips and then side on with their shoulder. So the counter rotation working against each other put so much stress on the back. So now they're just going with generally what your bottom half is, just mimicking that up the top. Talking about injuries, Mohammad Irfan's out. And in the air, will it be caught? What a great catch down at third man. Brad Ali just moving in. That was a great pace from Dave Warner, but come in, clean hands, and second wicket down now for the Australians.
Well, I'll be disappointed, Warner, because generally he's been looking for the short ball, and he got one here, and he's trying to help that square, I think, where it finally went. It's a good catch because he's coming in at pace. The ball is coming at pace to him, and a real pick-me-up for Pakistan just when they needed it. Warner gone for 24, 49 for 2.
Australian captain Michael Clarke strides out to the middle. Had an injury-disrupted campaign for this World Cup. Hamstring injuries in the Test series here against India, where he still continued to score 100, remarkable 100 in that first Test. He's in at number 4. A lead straight away, great pace there from Wahab.
Wasn't it a beautiful piece of fielding? Ali obviously anticipated the ball's coming his way, but what you normally do is you try and stop at some stage to get your feet in the right position, but no way, he's running in. Full pelt, catches around his ankle, says thanks very much. That's how you do it, boys.
Yeah, he just saw it, and I'm just catching on the way to celebrating with my teammates. Good momentum. That's beautifully timed through the leg side from Michael Clarke. He'll pick up a couple. Opened up against Scotland last game. Batted well against Sri Lanka at the SCG.
Yeah, he did. They changed the order around and he gave himself an opportunity to get the top of the order, face the new ball, get in for some runs. So he'll be looking forward tonight to try and get a few more. Keep that momentum, keep that positive intent going.
And a steady power play for the Australians. Nothing too explosive. Under 6 and over. Ooh, we have to hurry. I don't have a direct hit there. I've been short.
I think Stephen Smith assumed that was going to straight the field spin and there was no run in it until Michael Clarke caught him through very, very quickly. So he was off balance before he got going, but he's very quick, Stephen Smith.
And he's gone. So the first good bouncer works for Pakistan. The Australian captain, Michael Clarke, bounced out. They're 3 wickets down.
Well, terrific, isn't it, from Misbah-ul-Haq. Gets his quickest man on, gets a man in that short leg position that we identified, but just a little bit deeper, and that's good on the front line. So a plan that has come together for Pakistan against Australia's captain. Pinpoint accuracy with the short ball, and Clarke can only spoon it up in the air. So big wicket for Pakistan. Clarke gone for 8, 59 for 3.
Shane Watson comes in at number 5, very experienced one-day cricketer for Australia, and they'll need all of this at the moment.
The challenge continues. It's a top edge, down the throat, a fine leg. Oh, he's dropped it! Can you believe it? That built that wicket up for the last couple of overs, and he clings it.
That is a huge error from Pakistan. Brilliant bowling from Wahab again. He's built to that nice, as Michael Slater said, and the catch goes down. An absolute dolly in the outfield. Down she goes.
What effect will that have? He went for the hook this time. He was fending in the previous overs. Well. Well, he will have no answer to that question. Look at Wahab Riaz. He's given everything. What a spell he's bowled. One of the simplest catches you'll see for a while, but that's what pressure does to you.
Yeah, he was under it for a long time, but it was straight to him. Wahab, the bowler, has been saying, come on, mate, be strong. It's the wicket they were building for. It was just perfect bowling. A few overs in a row, and then finally you get the mistake.
What does Steven Smith do from here? Have a word with Watson. I'll play the next 4 deliveries. In and out.
Well, that would be handy for Shane Watson because he's really struggling against Wahab, and Stephen Smith's playing just steady as she goes. So it would be a gesture, but if he gets a single, he's got to take it.
Solid, different pitch, as you said. Maybe. The throw back to the batsman. Frustrations and Wahab Riaz. That catch could have changed the match for Pakistan.
Well, it comes down to those sort of things, doesn't it? At the end of the day, you might look back at that drop and think, well, that was a moment, a big moment. He'd already taken the catch of Dave Warner early in the piece. 1 from 2.
They're always costly, aren't they? Catches go down. You just lose that momentum. That would have been huge. Australia at 4 for 82. You're in a lot of strife at that point. And Riaz is just on fire. It just deflates a little bit, doesn't it? Just takes the edge off your performance. They'll keep firing though, Pakistan. They'll keep fighting for it.
Yeah, these runs will be easy. Which left-arm bowler will be the most successful today? Rahat, Stark and Wahab. So far it's been Wahab. It's just bowled the best.
Well, it would have been clinched, I think, with that wicket. But he stayed strong. His animation to the fielder was outstanding. He's saying, come on, mate, don't worry. Get another chance. Nicely played. Two balls remaining. Watson on strike. Can they extract another mistake?
Yeah, well, you're going to predict that's going to be short. Who wants to take me on? Slats? You got a 5 on. Short one?
Yes, mate, I think I'll go the short. There it is. He's been peppered. I have to Watson. It's all up there around the ribs and beyond. Straight at the melon. And the go slow's on again as a man comes into a catching cover, a short cover. Been pushed around more to point now. So some unusual placement here from Misbah. I hope he doesn't bowl it short and wide. He's far too close to see a cut shot.
Well, that's for the fended shot. If you play the backward cut, he could be in serious trouble there. Whoever was fielding in close there on the offside.
He's also got to have a look at the fine leg fielder. I know he's dropped a catch. Normally you don't change a fielder if he's dropped a catch, but if he's bowling short, you've got to have your good fielder at the fine leg.
Just a wide, not far from the thigh guard or the waist area, but fair enough.
I don't reckon Watto wanted that call to wide. That means he's still got 2 to face.
Yeah, it's been a tough World Cup for Watson. He started at 3, was dropped against Afghanistan over there in Perth, and you thought that the World Cup was over, and then he was picked to play in the middle order against Sri Lanka, batted 6, 3 against Scotland, and 5 here as that one gets bunted just in front of bat pad. Took his eyes off it again.
It's good bowling but poor batting as well. At this level, every delivery you can't be taking your eyes off. You have to speak to yourself that I'll face it. I'll have to do something different. That's what this level demands. And it's been the last 3 or 4 overs. It's been the similar technique. He played the hook shot, dropped an easy catch. Wahab Riaz saying, hook me. But you've got to speak to yourself.
He's hardly wasted a ball. They've all been arrowed in. Perfect. Just under the chin. Very difficult to keep the ball down if you start riding the delivery up as a batsman.